Hello friends, this is Himanshu and I welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the BDD framework which I have recently developed, and it's pretty good. If you want, you can use it. Most of the things has already been developed, so you don't need to worry about creating something from the scratch. For example, about if you're wondering about how about test reporting, that is already done. If you're thinking about integrating with the report portal IO, that is already done. Running the test cases in parallel, done. Stop after a certain number of failures, done. So most of the things has already been done. I'll also talk about what is left, and the left portion is mainly because I don't know your application, right? So you have to develop the pages by your own, okay? But at the same time, most of the things which we as a automation testers require has already been completed in this particular project. So you can go ahead and download this particular project from my GitHub repository. Okay, without further ado, and let me straight away go to the project. So once you download the project from GitHub, this is what you will get, and you simply need to build the solution. And just for your information, before you build the solution, you have to install certain plugins. I mean, there is only one plugin which is required. Just go to extensions, and since I have already installed, so you can go to online and search for Specflow for Visual Studio 2019. Okay, and then you have to install it. That's it. That's the only plugin which is required. Nothing else. Okay, so once that plugin is installed, go ahead and simply build the solution. And right now there are only two feature files. So just to make it very simple for you to understand, I have created just two feature files and corresponding step definition, just two step definitions. Okay. Pages folder you will not get when you downloaded it, and because your application, I don't know your application, right? So I cannot develop the pages for your application. What you can do, just you can follow the page object model pattern. You can create the XPath CSS, okay, in a particular region. You can create the page functions, okay. So this is something which is not implemented. Okay, so you have to develop the pages for your application. This is something which I can't do. Okay, but whatever I can do, I have already implemented. So starting from the top to bottom, this is the project name. Go ahead and simply rename it to your project, right? So if you have a project by name ABC, then simply rename it to ABC project. Okay, I never heard of ABC project. Okay, well, moving forward. Dependencies. Okay, so in dependencies, I'm already integrating it with report portal, and the rest of the dependencies are already mentioned. But in case in your project you don't want to use the report portal, then you can delete this report portal configuration, as well as you can delete the report portal DLL from manage NuGet. Okay, I'll show you what all dependencies I have. So this one I'm using, I'll show you what is the use of report portal in a while. Maybe you people are already aware of that, but I'll show you. Then feature files, I already spoke about that. There are only two feature files, very simple feature files that launch Google, will simply launch Google website. Okay, and another is launch HT. HT stands for Hindustan Times, one of the popular newspaper here in India. So these are the only two test cases I have, and these are the scenarios, by the way. Okay, so this is one scenario. Okay, I can, if I want, I can write multiple scenarios over here, and all those scenarios will appear in my test explorer. Okay, like launch Google website, launch it, and all those scenarios will appear over here. And the good part about this framework is that all these scenarios will run in parallel. Okay, so now hooks. Now this is a guy which is responsible for making sure that you are able to run your test cases in parallel. Okay, this is the guy. So you don't need to worry about how I have implemented it or what is the nut and bolts of it. See, you can observe that a lot of code is commented. One second. Okay, so a lot of code is commented out, and the only portion which is being used is which is not commented, and it's very simple implementation. I'll talk about it in a while. Okay, otherwise you will get confused. Okay, uh, I won't go to in detail right now. Okay, then you have pages. I already spoke about that. The pages, you can follow page object model pattern, and then in the step definition I have the actual code which will get executed. And I have one more file that is called default SR profile. Okay, now this guy is responsible for most of the configurations which you do when you run your test cases. For example, if you want to run in a in a parallel way, I mean in multiple threads, then you have to increase or decrease the number of threads over here in test thread counts. Okay, you wanna run it in a scheduled sequential way or some other way, that needs to go here. If you wanna stop your test cases after a certain number of failures, that should go here. For example, if you have 100 test cases and you want to stop any further execution if there are 20 test cases which are failed, you don't want to go ahead. Okay, so that configuration go here. And uh, a lot of other configurations are also there. For that, what you can do, you can simply go to Google or Bing, simply type Specflow SR profile configuration. Okay, and let me see where I can find it. Okay, so yes, I'm at the right documentation. I just need to click next, I think couple of times to show you the exact exact information. So here you can see stop after failure. This is the same configuration which I've just shown you right over here. Stop after failure. You wanna see the detail of what this is all about, though this attribute in itself is more than sufficient to let us know what this is all about, right? But if you wanna see more detail about it, go ahead and read these documents. Yeah, so thanks to Specflow, they really provide very good documentation. And one more thing, if you find anyone on Udemy telling you that please purchase my course, sorry, I don't know, I should not, speak about the Udemy. Udemy is a very good platform. Okay, so however, if you find someone who is pushing you or doing the marketing by saying that okay, with my framework you will be able to run the test cases in parallel and blah blah blah, you will get a nice reporting, go ahead and purchase that. But before taking that decision, please see this video and then analyze if you really need to go ahead and purchase that video or not, because whatever you will get from that video, you are getting it from my video as well. No competition, nothing. Okay, I'm just saying that I'm just making things very simple for you. Okay, because this framework is already developed, you don't need to start and develop something from the scratch. Okay, okay, now uh, so this is about the default SR profile file. Then okay, let me do one thing. Let me now straight away run the test cases and show you how it will look like. So my test cases are running right now. I can see two browsers popping up on my screen. One is launching New Sun Times and other one is launching Google. And now I can go to Reportportal IO as well. In the debug tabs, I can see the test case executing live on my screen as well. I can refresh it and wait for those test cases to complete. Okay, one test case got failed, and this is an intentional fail so that I can show you how you can analyze the um, test cases in report portal. So in case of any failure, report portal will explicitly ask you to investigate it. So I can click on it. I can go to inside the test case. I can see given when then statements, and I can also go and see the attachments. Again, these are dummy screenshots. Okay. Now, okay, so far so good. This report portal helps me to see and create some dashboards as well. So something like this. Okay, you can create your own dashboards. The one which I created very recently, I can show you that. So here I can see the health of my automation suite, how many product defects I got from my automation suite, how many are automation bugs, and a couple of more detail. But video is not about report portal, so I'm going back to uh, my this particular solution. So if you're wondering why and how these tests are getting executed, and is it because of this test head count which I have set to 2, and the answer is no. The magic is actually being done by this WebDriver support class. So this is the class which is responsible for creating a new WebDriver under before scenario. Okay, you can see the code here. Under before scenario, it is creating the object of a new WebDriver, and in after scenario, it is quitting the browser. Okay, and what it is doing uh, before running the scenario, it is creating the object container. Okay, and when this initialize WebDriver method is uh, executed under before scenario, it registers that WebDriver. Okay, so and once a scenario is executed under in after scenario, it quits the browser. That's all. Yeah, and this object container is actually accessed within the step definitions with the help of by the name of this class itself. Let me show you that. So you can see under the step definition that I have created the instance of this WebDriver support, right? And under this WebDriver support, I have method getDriver, and this driver is helping me out to get the access to the WebDriver object which I have created under before scenario. Okay, so in case this is getting a little complicated, don't worry about that. All you need to remember is that you just need to implement the hooks the way I have done. I mean, you don't need to write something from the scratch because it's already there, right? So, and while creating the step definition, all you need to remember is just follow the same syntax, okay? The one which I'm highlighting. This should be there. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, so that's all about this video, and I hope you have liked this video. And if you don't like this video, please put a dislike. If you like this video, then hit a like. Uh, so I'll try to add more videos as soon as get some time from a busy schedule.